JD Vance is a liar. He says he does not support harvesting the private data of U.S. citizens. He's full of crap. He's bought and paid for. Ellison was the one who threw a lot of money at him years ago.
Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it, and
He's lying. He will do nothing about it.
here's the thing. So I get asked about Palantir a lot because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir.
You are, you scumbag.
And here's the thing that I say about this. Palantir is a private company. They sometimes do a useful service, and sometimes they're going to do things that we don't like. You should be demanding that your representatives do two things when it comes to Palantir or when it comes to any other technology company. Number one, protecting your data. What's going on with artificial intelligence is going to mean that there are massive inducements to steal your data, to harvest it, and to use it against you to sell digital advertisements. That is not what I believe in, and I've been fighting against it, whether it's Palantir or any other technology company, literally before I ran for office. When I ran for
He's
office,
lying, man. He is lying.
criticized by Republicans in my Republican Senate primary because I was talking then about Google and Facebook harvesting our data. It's unacceptable. I don't care who does it. I don't want them to do it. Number two, and this is also very important. What's going on with artificial intelligence, we got to be worried about large-scale surveillance, okay? Everything. When you asked about Palantir, you know that every time you make a credit card transaction, the credit card companies are collecting data on how you spend your money. Do you know that every time you linger over a link on the internet for more than a half second, the search engines are collecting data on you so that they can sell you advertisements? One of the biggest questions for American policy over the next 10 years is how to ensure that you are a sovereign citizen. And you cannot be a sovereign citizen if any private corporation or any government can steal something from you that belongs to you.
Sir,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're not getting privacy. It's going to get worse.
Just moments ago, former President Donald Trump revealing his pick for vice president. Senator J.D. Vance, now his running mate.
J.D. Vance was elected to the Senate in 2022 and went from being a staunch critic of former President Trump to one of his strongest allies to now his vice presidential nominee.
Who is this guy?
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I mean, Donald Trump has given me an incredible honor.
agree that the heir apparent to MAGA is J.D. Vance?
Well, I think most likely, in all fairness, he's the vice president. Though it's too early, obviously, to talk about it, but certainly he's doing a great job, and he would be probably favored at this point.
Yep, J.D. Vance is deep state, Trump's vice president pick. They are with Mossad. Now, Nick Fuentes is definitely COINTELPRO, but I mean, this guy tells the truth at least 90% of the time. And what's wrong with this society we live in? I don't trust him, but
say he's a protege. J.D. Vance is a creation of Peter Thiel. J.D. Vance was a photographer, a journalist in the Marines, went to Yale Law School. It was Peter Thiel that set up J.D. Vance with his first job in Silicon Valley. It was Peter Thiel who set up J.D. Vance with his first job in venture capital at Peter Thiel's venture capital fund. It was Peter Thiel who got J.D. Vance another job at another venture capital firm. It was Peter Thiel who funded J.D. Vance's venture capital fund. It was Peter Thiel who encouraged J.D. Vance to write Hillbilly Elegy and promoted him and got him an audience at the Aspen Institute and other international organizations. It was Peter Thiel who brokered a truce between Donald Trump and J.D. Vance after J.D. Vance was a never-Trumper for years and then saw Trump's endorsement in the Ohio Senate primary in 2022. It was Peter Thiel who gave $15 million to J.D. Vance's PAC when he ran for Senate, the most money ever given by an outside group in a U.S. Senate race at that time. And it was Peter Thiel and Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson who called Donald Trump in July 2024 and encouraged Trump to choose J.D. Vance as his running mate. J.D. Vance was created by the fortune created by Palantir. He was groomed, he was appointed, he was selected, he was elevated by Peter Thiel and the fortune that funds Peter Thiel, which was created by Palantir. This is now the Vice President of the United States. And this is who all of the conservative surrogates are now trying to AstroTurf for the 2028 presidential nomination. They are trying to seed the ground for a J.D. Vance presidential run, a plan that has been in the works for probably over 10 years. All these people on Twitter saying, J.D. Vance might be better than Trump. I like J.D. Vance. He's the real deal. He's got authenticity. You can't fake that. All these people endlessly promoting J.D. Vance after his debate performance, after he was nominated, defending him from the credible allegations that he's weird. All these people endlessly shilling for Vance are a part of this conspiracy because they, like Vance, are being paid by Peter Thiel. Bari Weiss, funded by Mark Andreessen and Peter Thiel. Bronze Age Pervert, funded by Peter Thiel. Curtis Yarvin, Raw Egg Nationalist, Passage Press. Lomez, Jonathan Keeperman, funded by Peter Thiel. Dime Square, Red Scare, funded by Peter Thiel. The art hose, the parties in Manhattan, the scene in Austin, the seasteading, the mission to create a city-state in the Mediterranean, the Urbit conferences in Europe, all funded by Peter Thiel, just like Vance. All funded by Peter Thiel through the CIA, through the FBI, through the CDC, through Israeli intelligence. This is the takeover.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's about
All right, so now this one here. I'll just read some of this. 4 months ago, J.D. Vance defended Peter Thiel's Palantir shredding what remains of our privacy by disingenuously trying to reframe the discussion around terrorism and immigration. Now he's running away from the discussion ahead of the 2028 because he's worried it'll hurt him. He doesn't want to talk about Palantir because Thiel didn't just contribute $10 million to support Vance's entry into Congress, which is why he's now vice president. Thiel also brought Vance into his venture capital firm, Mithril Capital, early on in his professional career. In fact, Thiel has funded much of Vance's career, and Palantir has so far raked in at least $300 million with new and expanded contracts with federal government since Trump returned to D.C. With Vance at his side, Vance knows that his little populist charade is at odds with the realities of his ties to Thiel and Palantir. He also has no compunction whatsoever lying about it. See that? So everybody can see that you're lying. You're the devil, you know? So he was bigging it up here. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
Okay. Let's say you catch an illegal immigrant.
Palantir company, right?
Yeah.
And that's about a surveillance thing. So this thing is fucked. This sounds crazy, dude. Like, this sounds like we're only going to be human for like 2 more years, right? So and this is the Palantir company where they're going to build security databases that have all of our information in them, right? That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
And it's going to have like everything. It'll like look at you and know like if you're good at tennis, or if you've ever, you know, if you have $60 in your pocket, or if you're, you know, it can tell if your kids are, you know, if your kids can have a limp or whatever, if he'll be in the Christmas play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can tell all of that. And that feels real scary, man. Like
I get it.
To a regular guy on the street,
yeah.
that feels like we're going to give our society like we're going to become these, like they're going to have know everything about us. It makes you feel like you won't be a person anymore.
I hear you.
Does that make sense to you?
It definitely makes sense to me. I mean, let me try to explain. So to be clear, I'm not an expert on this particular deal. I actually just read about it earlier today, or maybe yesterday.
Come on, man. Why are you being so disingenuous, man? These motherfuckers be lying, man. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about it. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why
Palantir co-founder Peter Thiel sponsored J.D. Vance's business and political career. Palantir is a CIA cutout. Tucker, a lot of people think Tucker Carlson's a good guy. All of a sudden, Tucker pushed Trump to nominate Vance, and then Vance hired Tucker's son. Tucker's dad ran U.S. propaganda for the CIA. A lot of us know that already. All these people glow in the dark. Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens. I mean, lately they've been telling a lot of truth, but they're Johnny-come-latelys. You never trust a Johnny-come-lately. Which I think still goes back to biblical prophecies and end times, which it seems like we're in, that Jews are supposed to return to the Holy Land. In my opinion, that's what this is about.